He just released an album, but he's also found time to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Children's Charity in a very special way.
Oh, he's such a good guy, isn't he? Singer-songwriter Nathan Carter joins us on the line from Fermanagh. Good morning to you, Nathan.
Morning, Nathan.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show. You're
very welcome. You're definitely a friend of the show at this stage, Nathan. Let's talk about that beautiful song.
Been on a good few times.
Beautiful video, yes. We've chatted a lot about, how you've coped in lockdown, and we'll chat a little bit more in a moment about that. But tell us about the new song, because this is very poignant, isn't it? There's real meaning behind this, Nathan.
Yeah, I lost one of my best friends at the start of this year, a guy called Nicky James, who was basically my mentor in music since I was a kid. He took me to record my first album and financed it and never looked for a penny. And then I left school at 17 and he got me all my gigs in the pubs and clubs around the northwest of England. And basically, he was basically my mentor and just a great guy. Whenever I wanted to give out about someone or something, I rang him and be chatting to him every week. But unfortunately, he passed away this year, and I kind of stopped singing and playing music for a couple of months after that. I just couldn't be bothered with anything. So John, my manager, kind of encouraged me to do a writing session one day, and we did, and kind of wrote this song in memory of him. And we did a video there, as you've just seen, in a castle not too far from where I live here in Fermanagh. And the video it's done really well. It's only been out 4 or 5 days and there's 340,000 views already, and had a lot of messages of support, people just saying they can relate to the song, and they're thinking of people they've lost as well, which is nice to hear as a writer. I mean, I wrote it in memory of a friend, but they're obviously hearing it for the first time, thinking of someone they've lost, so delighted with the response so far.
It's a very, very special tribute to him, and clearly someone who meant an awful lot for not just for your career, but for you personally. And it's part of this new album, which celebrates, as we said earlier on the show, a milestone for you, because it's the best of the first 10 years. Can you believe that it's been 10 years, Nathan?
Yeah, I'm feeling like a pensioner at this stage. Yeah, it's flown by. And the record company got in touch with me early this year just to say, would I consider releasing an anniversary album just because it's been 10 years. And I said I would, as long as I could put some brand new music on it as well. Yeah. So I've written 3 brand new songs which are on there as well, and covered an old Dr. Hook song as well called Gypsy Queen. And so there's 20 tracks on the album, and it was released only 2 days ago. And we're delighted with the response so far. It's been as only out 2 days, but what clown would release an album the week that all the record shops in Ireland are closed? But anyway, we've done it.
You've done it, Nathan, and you know what? It's not going to go against you. It's not. They can indeed. But you know what? I was reading about you. Look, we all know Nathan Carter is just a massive success beyond Ireland. But you know what? Just to remind viewers, in Ireland, you have outsold One Direction, Pharrell Williams and Michael Bublé, and became the first country act to reach #1 in the Irish charts in 2013 after Gareth Brooks 6 years before. I mean, incredible success that you could never really have been prepared for.
No, definitely not. And I think my nan bought 90% of the CDs in the charts that they went to #1. But no, I've been very lucky. Listen, the fan base that have stuck by me and continued to buy the albums and tickets, they're amazing. And that's one thing I do miss the music and the buzz of the gigs, and just to go from doing so many shows a year to literally the last 9 months do nothing. And I do feel for all the musicians and lighting technicians and sound technicians and crew and the venues and the promoters. It stretches so far, with lads out of jobs at the minute, so I do feel for the whole industry.
Yourself, Nathan, you're a one-man industry, but it's not a one-man industry because you've got such a team that travel with you. You've got all your techies and all the the other musicians in the band, etc., etc. Yeah. It's a cottage industry. It really is.
It's never just the singer, is it?
No. Tell us about the project you're doing for Make-A-Wish, because you've got the brother involved now in this. So you're having a bit now, brothers being brothers. Yeah. There's competition there. So explain what you're doing for Make-A-Wish.
So this Christmas we said we'd love to do something for charity, and I've been involved with Make-A-Wish Foundation on 3 or 4 different occasions, where they've brought sick children to our show, and we've given them like a really good day out. They've gone and done activities in the day and then come the show and then had a big meal. And You know, especially for the children who don't have long left, to give them, make their dream come true for a day. That's what Make-A-Wish does a lot of the time, and it's just an amazing charity. And there's nothing more that a sick child deserves than to have a bit of fun and forget about their troubles. So I said if we could raise a bit of money this Christmas for them. So Jake came up with the idea, why don't we raffle ourselves off? I said, what do you mean, raffle ourselves?
As you do.
Like a date, or, you know, what are we doing? And he says, well, we could go and do a gig at someone's house in their living room or in the garden if COVID doesn't permit. So that's what we're doing. We're raffling tickets at €5.50 to enter the draw, and whoever wins, we're going to come and do a gig at someone's house or outside, and you can bring the neighbours, or socially distance, of course. But it's going to be this Christmas, and you can get the raffle tickets from a company called FortuneCompetitions.com. They're looking after all the raffle tickets, and all the money is going straight to Make-A-Wish. So we're delighted to be hopefully going to be raising a bit of money. We've sold 1,000 tickets this week.
Wow.
And we've another 1,000 left to sell. So we're looking forward to it.
That's very special. And you're so good, yourself and Jake, to give up your time for such a special charity. We'd love to go and film that if possible and see the reaction from the family.
Well, we'd love to have you there, to be honest. We'd love to have you there. And we're just glad to be doing a gig. We can't wait. This is our only gig this year.
Even if it is in someone's garden. Well, you have a gig today because the BBC are taking over your house. Is that right, Nathan?
Yeah, they're here at the minute, and we're going to chop down a Christmas tree, and they're filming that and doing a bit of carpool karaoke. And then we've a couple of guest singers dropping in later to the house to take part in a bit of a baking competition. So
very good.
It's a Christmas special we're doing with BBC NI. So
and in terms
glad
of,
to be doing something. It's great.
I know. I'm just going to ask you that in terms of, you know, as you touched earlier on, that your year will be planned out to within a day, you know, because you spent most of the year on the road. Are you making plans for next year, or what are you being told, Nathan?
I am, yeah. Well, kind of, after hearing the news about the vaccine last week, I was kind of very excited to think that at least next year we might be able to start putting plans in place again to do touring and to schedule some events, because we had so much cancel this year, you know, around about 100 shows that we didn't cancel. We just kind of postponed. So anybody that bought tickets will be able to go again next year. So I'm going to try and now look to plan them dates in the second half of next year. And fingers crossed they'll happen, and that live music can commence again, and people can go out and enjoy themselves.
It can't come too soon, Nathan. Listen, thanks for taking the time to talk to us this morning. Give Jake our best as well, and keep up the good work, and congratulations on the album.
It's always a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nathan.
Happy Christmas. Have a great one.
There you go. First person to say happy Christmas
you
to
are
us.
the
There you
first
go.
person. We're going there, are we?
Good man,
happy
Nathan.
Christmas.
Right, Nathan's new album, The Best of the First 10 Years, is out now, and you can get all the details about Nathan's fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Children's Charity over on the Ireland AM Facebook page.
That's a super idea, isn't it?
Great idea, great idea.